Yes, okay. Sorry, I never share the on the Zoom, so moment it required to enable open system. Do you see my screen share?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let's start. Today is the normally we have our weekly meeting. Sorry, a weekly technical week, and today I had a small topic to share everyone. Yes, the topic is gonna talk about the PowerShell on the Linux, and today I choose the one of the Linux distribution is the Ubuntu for talking and testing on it. So, sorry. And I had a few agendas. The first is talk about the overview. Yes, yeah. What is the PowerShell, and the second, how to install the PowerShell on the Ubuntu. Yes, and the third is the best practice, and the last we will have the question answer or any ideas. Yes. Let me move to next. The first agenda is the overview. Yes. If before I start, what is the PowerShell? We already know about the PowerShell, but it's just the maybe when you are the Windows user, I not sure. Sometimes maybe everyone use the PowerShell. As me, in previously when I am the Windows user, I just use the PowerShell instead of the CMD, but no very deeply, and I don't know the before. I don't know it's the has the more useful just only the use the like the CMD. Yes, and when I have the task, and I have research. Yes, and the PowerShell it help my task. Yes, when I working with the Ubuntu, also the it's support with the Linux. So while that I research, but not very deep, but just some I got and understand some point of it. Yes, and I try it. It succeed with my task. It can resolve my issue. Okay, now move to the definition. What is the PowerShell? Actually, PowerShell it is the owned by Microsoft. Yes, and it is the manage the framework that combine with the command line script. Also, combined with the command line shell and script language that will you upon a time with the .NET framework. Yes, for the native window. But currently, the PowerShell they can implement with the any open source platform with the .NET Core. It's the available for the cross platform like Windows, like Mac OS and Linux. Also, it available with the Docker also. Yes. And the PowerShell is also the kind of task with the automation solution also. It I check on the document. It say it can use with the Microsoft Azure and with the Windows server, with the Exchange server, also with the actual, and it can use with the third party like the AWS, like VMware, like the Google Cloud. Yes. And for the Ubuntu, PowerShell is available from the Ubuntu 18 version. Yes, and currently we have the 3 versions of the PowerShell. The first is the version 7.0 LTS, and the second is the 7.2 LTS, and the last is the 7.3 LTS. But the 7.3 LTS is the in the preview. Yes. And if we want to install the PowerShell on the Ubuntu distribution from the for the Ubuntu 18, it support all the 3 versions. If for the Ubuntu 20, it also support with the 3 versions. But if you want to install the PowerShell on the Ubuntu 22, it available only the 2 versions. It's from the PowerShell version 7.2 and 7.3. Yes. And if we want to more detail, yes, you can check on my slide. I pin with the line. You can check me. Okay. And move to next. Okay. And as a can I talk about the command, PowerShell command. Command for the PowerShell are known as cmd-let. May you already know about the cmd-let. Yes, and additional to the cmd-let, PowerShell allow you to run any command that available on the system. When we install the PowerShell, yes, for the cmd-let, it also the build up with the PowerShell, but some command we need to install the some module. Yes, and if we want to know the which module support which command, okay, maybe we can try. Yes, but I cannot try at all. Yeah, I just some try. Yes, on the cmd-let. Okay. Okay, so let me move to next. Okay, the second agenda is the how to install the PowerShell on the Ubuntu. Yes, there are several ways how to that we can install the PowerShell on the Ubuntu. And for the PowerShell on the Ubuntu, I think it's have the useful, but maybe if we have the task, maybe we need if we want to know the how it is full, maybe we try to research more. Yes, and for me, the last time I use it when I had task to delete the snapshot on the VM. Yes, actually we create the VM snapshot daily on the our Ubuntu. Yes, and I use it for get all the snapshot from the Ubuntu. Yes, and delete. Yes, which is we don't need, mean that it has the many function, but my situation there is a daily backup. So if we keep the snapshot all the day, it will consume just our storage. So we just keep few or 3 or few snapshot. Yes. So I use it to get the snapshot and delete the older data of the snapshot. Yes. So the storage, yes, it will get available more than we keep all. If we keep all day by day, 10 day, 20 day, or 1 month, yes, our storage will, yes, consume. So currently I has prepare the environment for testing about the setting up the PowerShell. Yes. So I will test it together. Do you see my terminal, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I have the install the test VM, yeah, by the Vagrant on the VirtualBox. Yes, and this is my virtual machine. But I had one thing to tell you first. I on a best practice, I getting fail with the VirtualBox. Yes, and you about the issue we will see together after the best practice. Yes, and currently, but I test it success with the vCenter, the VM on the vCenter, it succeed. But for the VM on the VirtualBox, I test it, got in fail. Yes. So right now
Samnang, you can close your search text box.
What?
I see I see the text box on the right top on your screen.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, yes, thank you.
Okay, yes. So Skysan, when you post, click high about yes. So, I'm sorry. So let me start together.
Okay.
Okay. The first we need to update. Yeah, in the maturity we need to, before the install we need to update. Yes, to get the last version of any package. Yes. Yeah. Actually, I already updated it. Okay. Okay. And we should upgrade. Yes, but I already upgraded it. And the first we need to install some requirement package. Okay. Yes, there is some package with the wget to get the file from the repositories. Yes. It's a bit wet sometimes. Okay. And then we need to download for the Microsoft repository GPG key. Yes. Okay. And we got the Microsoft package. Okay. For that file, and then we register it. Okay. We perform Yes. Okay. After we register the Microsoft repository GP keys, we need to update the system. This wait some time. Okay. Yes. Okay. After that, we can install the PowerShell service. Okay. Okay, it the installing. And we had a several way to install it beside my installing way. Yes. It with some time to complete the installing. Okay. 50% more for to complete it. And I check on the its official website of the Microsoft. Yes, there is a many function for the PowerShell, but I think the more useful when we are the Windows user. Yes, but it can have the Linux user the feature it can be have. Yes. Okay, so now it's finished. Currently, we are on the Ubuntu. If we want to use the PowerShell, we can go to the PowerShell by type PWS. It's equal to the PowerShell. When we type, currently we go inside the PowerShell. Yes, like when we are the Windows user, when we want to use the CMD, we need to click on the CMD icon or search the CMD. When we want to use the PowerShell, we need to search the PowerShell and use it the same. Yes. And right now we are inside the PowerShell, and we want to list down the CMD lab. Yes. So CMD lab. I had yeah. Yes. It is for the get command. Yes. And they define the command type in the cmd-let. Yes. And it's more than this. Yeah. It's just some other cmd-let. Okay. So when we want to implement to get the VM to do the something with our server, yes, we will use the cmd-let on the each function. Yes, there are many more, but I don't know at all. It used for something like this, get history something we used to show the history. But before the use cmd-let, we will need to import some module. So right now, if I type the get VM, it will say that get VM is not recognized, yes, of the cmd-let. It means it's not support now unless we are import the module. To import the module, I use the command install module, and module name is the VMware PowerShell, and we can type enter. So we wait a bit to import the module to the PowerShell. Yes. Yes. And if I have some question right now, I type yes. Yes. It also needs some time to importing.
Samnang, just one question.
But yes.
As you said, you work successful with the ESXi server, right? And this time you install the module about VMware Power CLI, and you do the demo on the VirtualBox. Do you think it's really works?
For the VirtualBox, when I test the script, it getting fail. Getting fail, you will see the message. Yes, it related to the SSL certificate. Yes, but for the when I work with the ESI server, yeah, that VM we had a command to ignore the invalid certificate. So I just type the one command. Yes, it can connect to the VM, but I'm not sure because of our ESI server inside our vCenter. So before the go to the ESI, we need to connect to the vCenter domain and put my credential. Yes, but for now, I connect it direct to the VMware on the VirtualBox. I'm not sure that is the reason that make it fail or something. Yes, I'm really sorry that I cannot resolve that the problem before I demonstration to all of you for this. But I just show you what is it and how it work and how to install something, yes, on the VMware. Yes. I will try to find the solution. It's the I found. I will let everyone know and why it failed and how I resolve it. And currently just the install and tell us Bruce something to all of you about its functionality. Yes. And we are wait some time, yes, to import the module.
Oh, Samnang, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So you tried this get VM command on ESXi server. So the process, I guess the process is first you log into the ESXi server via SSH, and after that enable PowerShell on ESXi server, and after that you install VM module. Then you could get the
okay, continue, sorry.
Oh yes, then you could get the virtual machine list or virtual machine name list. Is it like that?
When I tested, yes, the first on the PowerShell, I am creating file with the PowerShell extension, and we define with the server address.
Oh.
It is the vCenter address and credential to log in the vCenter. Yes, after the first, the PowerShell will check the server connecting. Is it connected to the vCenter? It will do the some function that we define, like get VM, like get the snapshot something. And before the get the snapshot, we define the VM names. Yes, and then it after it connect to the vCenter, it check the VM name. I think it check all the ESXi server. Yes, I think to be fast, maybe we need to define the ESXi server name. Yes, to avoid it check at all the available ESXi on the vCenter. After it check and see the VM name, it will continue another functionality like get snapshot or we do something. Yes, the flow, I think it like that. Yes.
I see. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Okay, now the command imported. So when I type the get VM again, yes, it try to connect, try to check the server. We said I am not connected to any server. It say need to connect the some target server. Okay. So yes. Now I try to create the PowerShell script file. So it can be and its extension is the PS1. It's for the PowerShell. Okay, the flow. We need to connect to the server. So to connect the server, yes, we can I try to the static, yes, like that. And currently, I try to connect itself. Yeah. So it is the my VM IP address, and we define the username. Yeah. Flow like that. We need to connect to the server, and first we need to log in with the credential to the server. If it's success, it will do the next task. It fail, it will show us the user default and password also. I'm using the default. Okay, so this is the our variable, and I'm starting connect to the server. To connect, we use the cmd-let command. Is the connect vi server. Yes, in connect vi server, yeah, we put the for the server information. Yes, about the server address, username, and password. Yes. Yes. Also, we can do without the define the variable like me. So we just put the static. Yes. Also, but let's try with the variables. Then, if connect to the server success, what we want to do, we can write down the statement. Yes. So here I just want to get the VM and VM name. I just yes. And now the file has been created. Yes. If we want to do more, you can implement the statement here. Yes, and also we can create with the one function. Yes, the flow is like the .NET framework. Yes, if everyone know about the document, they said it's the most like the C# language. Yes. So right now I know it more. I just do some basic sample. Yes, like that. And we have the two ways to execute that PowerShell. The first, we can go to the PowerShell and run that command, the script, sorry, like that. And second, we can run from the Ubuntu without log into, without go to the PowerShell by use is like that. But the flow, it's even we don't go inside the PowerShell like that, but when we use the PSH, also the same, just we run it from the Ubuntu without log in and run script like that. But the flow is the same, yes, and like that. And the issue will sound. Now it try to connect to the server. Yes. Now we are put the credential. Yes, it try to. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Yes, it was mute. I repeat again. When I try with the vCenter, it sound the message error to check the SL certificate like that. But I perform it to resolve the issue by perform the command set the PowerShell CLI configuration invalid certificate ignore to ignore check with the SL certificate, and then I run the script again. Yes, it succeed, and so the result are expected. But for the I tested on the VM on the VirtualBox. Yes, and I try to like that. Yes, the same way to ignore the SL certificate, but it's still getting the fail and sound the same message again. Even I ignore it, it's still the one. It's still the go to check with this SL certificate. So I try to find a solution, but it still cannot resolve it yet. It's because the server it's not installed the SL certificate. Yes, so by default maybe it's check with the HTTP port, HTTPS port. Yes. My server is not. Maybe I'm not sure. We install the third port to enable this port, but I'm not sure. I will test it more. So totally, yes, it's finished. Yes, and the issue on the last agenda it's still pending. Yeah, I will find solution or anyone know. Please let me and everyone know. Yes, if I find, I will inform everyone about this. Yes. So the last, thank you everyone for joining my weekly presentation. And do anyone have a question or any ideas? Please. Yes.
Samnang, may I have a question?
Yes, please.
I see your script try to connect to vCenter, right? Do you have a vCenter in your local test environment?
Actually, I has no. Yes, but what I think maybe it's need. Yes, but currently I or just only the install VM directly on the VirtualBox. Maybe that is the point that my script cannot connect to the vCenter, sorry, any server. First, I think it should be connected to the itself and check. Yes, but unfortunately, it cannot. Yes, I'm not sure it's the vCenter or need the any. I also try with the 2VM. I test from the my VM and I put script on the node 1 and the node 2 I install the on the node 2 on node 2 I try to create the snapshot. Yes, so I get a snapshot from the node 2, but it unfortunately it cannot connect to. Yes, it's same error message like that. Not sure it need to the server to yes control the VM. Yes or not.
Did you try to test the connection direct to the VM instead of vCenter?
Yeah, now it is the directly. It means you want to add beside it.
I think this script we can test directly to the VM or we can connect to the vCenter. There are two options, right?
It flow. We need to connect it to any server. I'm not sure it's only vCenter, maybe any server beside like that. Yeah.
Because I see you have installed module on VMware PowerShell and it related to VMware, but when your test environment you use VirtualBox, is it compatible?
Yes, I think so. Since you start install the module that you install is about related with the VMware, and you demo with the VirtualBox. And do you know that the VirtualBox is not owned by VMware? And I think
Yes.
maybe we have the module for VirtualBox, so it should be different, maybe different architecture.
I see.
Even you try to even as you try to ignore the check port 443, but it's not the point that that's the problem. It's not the point of the problem. So maybe the problem is from your module. You working fine with ESXi, but when you demo with VirtualBox, I think it should be have another module that work with VirtualBox.
I see. Yes. It is my mistake. Do not the.
Maybe we have another module working with VirtualBox or directly when we try to control the machine.
I am not sure. Yes.
Because I see your whole script is connecting to a vCenter and we don't have local vCenter in your local environment.
Well, I think it just connect the vCenter. Sorry, connect the its VM. It's can be it the directly. Yes. And I think it's can be the same like the server because it on the own. Yes. But maybe as you said, the point is the compatible between the functionality and the yes, VirtualBox. Maybe we will version something. But not sure.
think.
Okay,
Thank you
hello.
for your special. Yes, thank you.
Hello, Samnang. Hello. Okay. I have a question. So I see you install a module. It's like a provider. It's like a provider, like provider offer VMware, like provider offer VirtualBox. So I think, can I prepare infrastructure of the module that you install? Like I want to set the IP of one virtual machine that in class 3, and I don't want to open the VirtualBox of VMware. So can I set by command line from PowerShell?
You mean you use CMD let to connect the static IP of the server? Is it?
It's I see you install module for
Yes.
connect to VM. So I see it's similar to provider. So my question is that can I prepare infrastructure, like I want to create a virtual machine that have one IP of class 3, but I don't want to open a VMware or VirtualBox, and I just use command line to run it, and it create by itself.
You don't want to open the VirtualBox, and you want to run from your local machine, right?
From the command line of PowerShell by set up it module, the module like use install a VM module. So can I just write the command line that I want to start one machine, one virtual machine that have IP of one of class 3, and it's done. I don't want to open VirtualBox. I don't want to open VMware.
Oh, I think it's the your VM, it keep running. Yes, it keep running. I think it can be used, but it's the VM not running. I think it is not. Maybe it is because I tested right now. I still open the VirtualBox like this. Is
Okay,
it running in the background? I think it's fine. Is the in the background is the shutdown, so it's not fine.
So you mean that module is not provider? Module just connect to the VM after VM is created.
Yes, because the
right?
after VM created, we need to install module. Yeah, it's not module install the VM.
So module just connect to use to connect to the VM to do something in VM that already exists.
It is support the any CMD LED. So if we use the to connect the server, we use the CMD LED. It's no CMD LED. No module. We use CMD LED. We don't know the what this command is for. Like when you are doing the some program, you want to use the variable or the some function. It provided by the library, like some module we need to import. If you didn't import, it don't know what is it. So if you import, it can check the it's the from the library, it's from the any package manager something. Yes, we can perform that. I think for the PowerShell, if we don't provide the module, even we use that command, it don't know where where and what is it. As the firstly, when I try to get the VM without import the module, it say it don't know it. The get VM it's not recognized. It don't know what is it. Even sorry, when I import the module, just it check that okay, it is the providing by module and it can perform like that. It is the your what you want or is it thing?
Yes. Module can set IP address to the VM. Like I want to change the IP address.
Want to change?
VM is already exists, but I want to change from class C to class A or change another IP address from the command line of the module.
I not sure about that. Yes, it can be has the module to configure the IP address or not. But IP address we need to configure on a network interface. So I'm not sure the PowerShell had a functional to reflect that IP address, but I think maybe can, but I'm not sure because the document said it is the automation. Yes, is the any automation like Ansible, we have the function so we can replace the IP address. Yeah, but for the PowerShell, I'm not sure it can be do like that or not. But it is the kind of automation also as the document said. Yes, but I am not currently 100% sure about it. Yes, but I hope 50% hope it can. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you for your questions. So, do you have any question or ideas more?
Then, not a question, but let me add a comment.
Yes.
Yes, and first, thank you so much for this very interesting topic and presentation. Yeah, I also never tried the PowerShell things so far. And now I understand PowerShell support very good module like VMware. And now I just Googled it, and yeah, there are also more very interesting modules like AWS module or a Slack module to manage something on Slack, and yeah, and so on. So I feel the PowerShell is not just like Linux Bash. It's more, how can I say, it's similar to programming language, Python or something programming language. It supports many additional module. We can install the modules, then we can manage many things, VMware, AWS, Google Cloud. So yeah, it's also very good to try that PowerShell when we have time in our project. Yeah, sometimes we can use normal, just simple on Linux shell. And if we want to try more complicated, difficult things, we can try programming language, or we can also try this PowerShell. Yes. Oh, it's yeah, I got a very good knowledge from your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your more idea. Yes, and interested. Yes. Thank you. Do we have something add more?
Yes, any more question? Yes, by the way, I would like to request the slide from YouTube. After finish, I could learn from the slide.
Yeah. Okay, the slide I already upload to our the drive directory. If you can check it. And one more point, when you edit the video, yes, and to you focus on the notification, the search, yes, on the CMD, sorry, on CMD, yes, it show the some privacy, yes. So please cut it out or hidden it, anyway can be used, yes. Okay, yes.
Okay, note. Okay.
Okay. If you find the any privacy disappear beside that point, please ignore to please hide it, yes, anyway, yes. Don't be show. Yes. Very important privacy accident after your lesson informed us in previously, yes. Also on the on Slack, yes, on the Slack section, when I switch the terminal, it show the Slack. Also that point, please cut it out. Yes, that's all that yes I request to you while you edit the video section.
Okay, so we finished now, and thank you so much. Yes. Okay.
Finally, thank you everyone for joining my technical presentation. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye. Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.